Welcome to Lesson 2, How to Find Your Purpose. In Lesson 1, we defined purpose. We looked at purpose from a psychological perspective and how it relates to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We also did a journaling exercise so that you could begin your self-examination. In today's lesson, we will be examining the Japanese concept of Ikigai. Ikigai. Are you ready to find your Ikigai? Ikigai is a Japanese term. Loosely translated, it means reason for being, reason to live, or life's purpose. Your Ikigai is what energizes you. The word refers to having a meaningful direction or purpose in life and constituting the sense of your life being made worthwhile. Ikigai originated in Okinawa, which is an island off the coast of southern Japan that was once called the Land of Immortals. It is a so-called blue zone, meaning it is one of 5 geographical areas in the world identified as having an unusually high number of centenarians and low rates of illnesses. In fact, it is the #1 blue zone. According to the UN, Okinawa has the highest percentage of centenarians and supercentenarians in the world to date. While diet and other factors, of course, play a part in Okinawans' longevity, Ikigai is said to be the most important factor. In Okinawa, older people are celebrated. They feel obligated to pass on their wisdom to younger generations, and this gives them a purpose in life outside of themselves, in service to their communities. Residents of Okinawa live and work past their 80s and 90s and seem to be living happy, healthy lives with a long tradition of creating productive and meaningful lives. And research has revealed that this has led to high levels of happiness and personal satisfaction. Not only do they live much longer than the rest of the world's population, they also suffer from fewer chronic illnesses such as cancer and heart disease. Inflammatory disorders are also less common, and these centenarians enjoy enviable levels of vitality and health. Their blood tests reveal fewer free radicals, which are responsible for cellular aging. Their rate of dementia is below the global average, and both men and women maintain higher levels of sexual hormones until later in life. So, what's not to love about finding your Ikigai, right? According to one author, Ikigai is similar to happiness. As a word, it's similar to happiness, but it has a subtle difference in its nuance. For the residents of Okinawa, Ikigai combines the spiritual with the practical. Incidentally, Okinawa is also the place of origin of karate, which translates literally to empty hands. That's just by the way. So let's explore the model of Ikigai. It's time to get that beautiful purpose journal out, if it wasn't already out. How do you find your Ikigai? Just how do you find your Ikigai? Ikigai is the common ground between what you love, what you are good at, what you can get paid for, and what the world needs. It looks at these 4 things we need to find a reason for being. Ikigai is actually as reliable as a mathematical equation, and we are going to start by drawing a Venn diagram. It's going to contain 4 circles. So are you ready? Just remember that you can pause this recording at any time, and if you need more time to focus, you can pause and resume. So let's draw the first circle. The first circle would be what you love doing. What do you do that you love doing? Draw your second circle. The next circle is what you do that you are good at. Something that people actually say you are good at. Think of things that people always congratulate you on, or that you usually get noticed or recognized for. The third circle would be what you can actually get paid to do, making a living. And finally, the fourth circle is what the world needs. What do you have that you can contribute to making a difference in the world? And the world does not have to be the world at large, but your world, the world around you, your community, your society. That's your world. The intersection between what you love and are good at is called passion. The intersection between what you are good at and what you get paid for is called a job or profession. The intersect between what you can get paid for and what the world needs is called a vocation. And the intersect between what you love and what the world needs is called a calling. So when you think of a vocation where you are doing something that the world needs and you get paid for it, that would be a vocation. That would be something like being a priest or a preacher, a clergyman. And the intersect, of course, the calling would be like a missionary, a mission. That's a missionary who does something that they love, that the world needs, not necessarily getting paid for it. Existing at the intersection, in that very small space in the middle, at the intersection of our passion, our values, what the world needs and is willing to pay for, at the center of these four main areas of life is Ikigai. Essentially, our reason for being, or in simplest terms, what makes us get up in the morning. Finding and realizing your Ikigai will not happen overnight. But working toward your Ikigai over time, you will continue to grow and develop in your chosen field or profession. And because your Ikigai is your choice, you can feel a sense of autonomy over the journey it takes to get there. Ikigai is often not something grand or extraordinary. It is approachable and realistic for many people. In working towards your Ikigai, you can improve your well-being because you are already working towards something that's meaningful. So remember, to create your Ikigai, start with each of the four main areas of the circle. And this would be your homework assignment. You have these 4 squares, and in these 4 squares you would write down the activities and the topics as it is here. What you love, the activities that you love, the things that you are good at, and then think about what the world needs specifically from you, and also what you can do and what you can be paid for in relation to your talents and experience. After you have done that, after you have made your list, start making connections between each of the circles or each of the boxes. For example, what do you love that the world also needs? What are you good at that you can be paid for? Answering these questions will help you to identify ways of achieving balance within the circles. When you feel that you have an adequate sense of yourself, brainstorm a few things that could be your Ikigai, or how all 4 areas could intersect, and what might that look like in your life. Then ask yourself, what do you need to start doing, and what do you need to stop doing in order to get there? So take some time to do the brainstorming, take some time to do the self-exploration and self-examination. Ikigai is about feeling your work makes a difference in people's lives. But knowing your Ikigai alone is not enough. Ikigai is purpose in action. Ikigai is an action word, a verb. So Ikigai would be, for example, to serve, to create, to delight, to nourish, to heal, to connect, to build, to teach. Remember I said Ikigai is a mathematical equation. Ikigai is equal to time affluence plus gifts plus rewards in return. Your meaningful and fulfilling life is something that you can enjoy right now, providing, however, you are willing to spend the time doing the exploratory work. So take as much time as you need to do your exploration, and I'll see you in lesson 3. Welcome to lesson